everyone, and welcome to Money Matters with Shannon Jackson, the personal finance show focused on moving you forward financially. On today's show, we're going to give you advice on how to save your money. High inflation and rising interest rates continue to take a toll on the household budgets of Canadians, and consumers are looking for ways to save, and one of them is by couponing. So are you already doing this? Are you thinking about doing it? Are you wondering how to get started? Our guest today is going to have some amazing advice for you. She's one of the country's leading coupon experts with hundreds of thousands of followers on her social media and millions of likes. She is Nichole Schaubroeck, also known as Coupon Cutie. Nichole, welcome to Money Matters. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So before we get into what we're really going to talk about today, can you share with our viewers more about your background and how you got started on couponing?
Yeah, so I started couponing about 10 years ago now. One of my coworkers' son, he was couponing and he was getting tons of stuff for really cheap or for free. And so I looked up everything I could find out about couponing and then I just never turned back since.
Was it ever a sort of a family necessity that you were that you needed to do this, or was it more of an attraction of what somebody else was doing as an example?
It was more at that point an example. Definitely, we've struggled, so it helps. Once I figured out how to do it, I was like, this is going to make such a difference. So wasn't at that moment, but definitely over the years has made that impact on that exact issue.
Yeah, so you've seen how it has affected in a positive way, how you're managing your finances, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it makes such a big difference when you can save, especially just little things like price matching and things like that can make such a big difference.
Absolutely. So first, I want to tell our viewers that if you are looking to save, it's worth checking out Nichole's social media sites, especially your YouTube site. You can just search Coupon Cutie or Coupon Cutie Canada. There's some really great information on there. And so I really encourage our viewers to go and check those out. And so today we're going to talk about how many Canadians are struggling to keep up with the rising cost of living. And because of this, a growing number of consumers, including many here in Ontario, are looking for ways to save. Now, one of those options is to coupon or use coupons. Now, there was a recent study that said 45% of Canadians admit that they've never used coupons before, but that does appear to be changing. And so of those who have never used coupons, 15% of consumers are now using them. And of Canadians who were already using coupons, 11% are using them more often. And the survey also shows that if coupons were more available, about 68% of Canadians would use them more often. So, Nichole, when you hear these statistics, what's your response? Does any of this surprise you?
No, I've been listening to these numbers quite a bit over the last couple years because they do seem to be changing. I find that the numbers are increasing for what people didn't really think of coupons or want to use coupons. It was kind of like a stigma where it's like, I don't want to do that. But now it's more like, okay, let's use a coupon. Let's find a way to save money. Just because everything is rising so much in cost that saving money is exciting or a good thing. Like it's a positive to use a coupon as opposed to a negative.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was I wasn't really surprised to hear that there was such a large number of Canadians that haven't used them at all. But I'm also not surprised to hear that the number is increasing because, as you say, we're all experiencing tight budgets at the moment. And so that excitement or maybe the thrill of being able to save some money um, absolutely gives you that incentive. And so on your social media sites and the people that follow you and maybe leave some comments, what are you seeing from those comments? Is there more engagement in the content that you're producing?
Definitely. I think social media as well, I was going to say, has had an impact on people wanting to use coupons because there's people like me and tons of other people sharing this kind of information. And so it's getting out there more. Definitely people, I think, overall, though, are more interested in saving money, again, because stuff is just so expensive. We don't really have any other option.
Yeah, I agree with you that social media has made the option of couponing or maybe the information about it more accessible, more popular because like you said before, there seemed to be perhaps a stigma with going to the store, taking out your coupon at the checkout. So I think it's an encouraging thing that people are becoming more aware of this and they're using them more because it's really going to help with their finances. And so when it comes to couponing, there are those that believe that it's just a lot of work with very little reward. But I don't think this is the case. I think there really is money to be saved. So, what do you say to those people who say it's too much work to use coupons?
I totally get that. Like, if you're talking about, that show on TLC we've all watched, if you're trying to do things like that, of course that's going to be impossible. Like, that isn't even what couponing is like in Canada. So, extreme couponing is going to be a lot of work. You're going to have to put in the time. But if you just want to save money and get some cheap stuff, that's not hard. That I can help you with. Like, the stuff that we post is mainly beginner level deals or easy things that anyone can do as opposed to the extreme side of couponing, so that I do the legwork kind of for people on Wednesdays. We always post the new flyer deals each week. So this way it helps you just take a look, decide if you want to do the deal, and then you can go do it as opposed to having to put in the work and go find the deals on your own.
So you mentioned that you post every Wednesday, and I noticed on your social media too that you will go into certain stores, Costco, for example, and you'll say this is a great deal this particular week. And
Yeah.
so, does the regular person have to go into each store every week to find these deals, or is there a more efficient way of doing this?
Oh no, you don't have to go to the store at all. There's an app that we use to look up prices. So I will look through the flyers each week on this app called Flip. It's FLIPP. And then I will look up all the deals. And if I find ones I like, then I'll make a video about it. But the average person, it's so nice to have Flip because it has all the flyers in one place on your phone. You can look through them, and that's what I use as well to search deals. And lots of people will, once they start getting used to using it and couponing and like saving money, they do it on their own too. They just go through all the flyers to find the best deals. And you can price match as well with the Flip app at select stores too.
And we're going to get into in our next segment about the differences between uh, how to coupon in Canada as compared to the United States. Because, like you said, you see these American TV shows, and there seems to be just an abundance of paper coupons that are accessible and are being used in ways that unfortunately we're not able to do here in Canada. But we're going to get into that in our second segment. But can you tell us about some of the deals that you have maybe found here in Canada, and really how much can somebody save using coupons?
I would say, you could definitely save like thousands in the year for sure. Just doing the simple things like price matching, using coupons, looking for discounts, getting a free item or collecting points. There's tons of opportunities. You do, of course, like we said, have to put a little bit of time in, but just being a little bit more strategic when you shop, I think is key. Now, one thing I was just going to mention to you and mentioned about the TV show in the States, the couponing in the States isn't even like that anymore. They're more similar to kind of how we do it, but they still do have more apps and more opportunities and cheaper stuff than we do. But there's still lots of opportunity in Canada as well to save.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that. Sometimes, though, we sort of think inside the box and we think that coupons can only be applied to maybe food products. Can
Yeah.
you give some examples of maybe other products or services that a coupon might be used for?
Oh yeah, for sure. So like right now you can get a free pair of glasses, for example, with there's a coupon code from Kits. You just have to pay like 12 bucks for shipping. So that's kind of an example of something. Or right now another one would be like Mr. Lube has free wiper blades if you get an oil change. So things like that are the kind of things that I'll look for that aren't just grocery deals or like any kind of deal where you can get something for free or save some kind of way so that you can save as much money as possible.
So it's really thinking, it's not just about going to the grocery store. It's looking at these different options that maybe these apps provide to us where there's deals to be found. Would you say that that's correct?
Yeah, I think it's all about, every time you're going to buy, I guess that's how I've always thought, like my whole life, because that's just, I guess, how I was raised is to always think about how can I get the best deal or how can I get the most of a discount on something. No matter what it is I'm buying, I'm always thinking, is this going to be the best price? And I mean, you don't have to do that every time, but always, I think thinking about it a little bit doesn't hurt, especially with the increase in price of everything right now.
Yeah, because really when we're out or when we have in mind that we need to purchase something, and maybe it's something that is outside of our regular purchases, we often do price match. And so we will look up the different websites that sells this product and we'll automatically see what kind of a best deal we can get. And
Yeah.
it does give you that sort of excitement or maybe a bit of a thrill to say, yes, I saved this amount of money when I purchased this particular product. So would you say that that is one of the attractions to couponing is that excitement that you can feel through the process?
Oh, for sure. Like, I know we all get so excited over saving a little bit of money on anything. Like, this, I know it maybe sounds silly, but like, even just this week right now, like, head of lettuce is under a buck. It's 74 cents. And like, we're all so excited about that. Yeah, it's a head of lettuce, but 74 cents for a head of lettuce is awesome. So, little things like that, I think, get us all excited, or like, cheap tissue. Like, we got tissue a couple weeks ago for like 2 bucks. Like, it is a thrill for sure, and it's exciting, especially when we're all doing it kind of like as a community. It's fun to all get excited and get the same deal and be like, look what I got. So I think there's definitely that attraction there for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Well, if you're looking for ways to save and you're considering couponing, Nicole's going to share some really great advice for you on how you can get started. And she's also going to share some tips on where you can get the best deals and save the most money when Money Matters returns after the break.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back to Money Matters with Shannon Jackson. My guest today is Nichole Schaubroeck, who is one of the country's top couponing experts. And you can check out her site or follow her on social media by searching Coupon Cutie or Coupon Cutie Canada. And trust me, you're going to be glad that you did because there's some really great information on those sites. And today we've been talking about how couponing is a great way to save and stretch your dollars. And as we know, many consumers are looking to do just that. High inflation and interest rates have made already tight budgets even tighter. And we know that many are struggling to make ends meet. So, Nichole, I want to get into the rules of couponing in Canada. What are some things that we need to know about if we're going to start couponing?
Yeah, so with couponing, there definitely is some things you have to follow, rules, etc. Like with coupons, when you print them, you can't photocopy them. You need to print one coupon at a time. With physical coupons too, you also have to make sure that it's like how many you can use at once. So there's no like rule for how many you can use per se, but you can't, if a coupon says one per customer, that means you can only use one of those coupons, as opposed to if it says one per purchase, you can use more than one. And you'll kind of get used to that as you coupon those. Like, I mean, there's not any like crazy strict rules, but you'll kind of get to know those rules as you go and as you kind of get started as well. And most of the deals, when I share them, I would never share it without the proper etiquette being followed as well.
And those rules, a lot of them are written on the actual coupon, but is there certain stores or certain rules with certain stores that we should be aware about?
Um, I think the only other thing really is like with price matching at select stores, because there's a few stores that price match, like Superstore, No Frills, Freshco. When you're price matching at those stores, you just need to make sure you check where they price match to, because they don't price match every store. Another thing with the physical coupons that you want to look for, or that people often get confused, is like coupon stacking. So you can use a coupon with like a sale offer or a price match, but you can't use more than one coupon on one item. So like if you had 2 salad dressings, you could use, and it said one per purchase, you could use 2 coupons, one on each item. But if you had a coupon and it said one per customer, you could only use that one coupon on that one item, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does make sense. So, for those who might be thinking about starting couponing, where does someone just get started? Where can they find some coupons?
Yeah, if you want to get started couponing, you can look at the store. They're usually in the aisles by the products on the shelves. A lot of time people are like, I've never seen coupons at the store. And then they'll go look and they're like, oh, there is coupons there. Like they usually just kind of randomly throughout the store. You can also request coupons from companies. I have like a list of companies that will usually mail out coupons as well.
And is there certain maybe websites or apps that we can use to look for any kind of deals?
Yeah. So also, sorry, I should have mentioned you can print coupons as well. That's a big way that we get coupons too. And there's a whole bunch of random websites. I have those saved on my page. And also, like I was saying before, the Flip app is great for looking at the flyers with, just using coupons. It's a nice thing to have. And then things like collecting points and stuff like that is often something that we do, like PC Optimum points or Scene points, things like that.
Yeah, our family will look at the PC Optimum site to see what sort of offers are on that week, and we'll try to gauge or draft our grocery list around sort of some of the deals that you can get where you get more points than normal. So we absolutely do that. Now, do you recommend or have a preference between using paper coupons or just applications on our phone?
I wish it was all digital. I think that would be great for everyone, because then no one would need to print off the coupons. I think that's more the feedback I've gotten from everybody as like a group. To me, I'm fine doing it either way. But I mean, obviously on the phone would be so much easier for everybody.
It does make it more convenient, that's for sure. Now, along that same idea, uh, do you have to be really organized to use coupons or start in this process?
I would say again, like with extreme couponing, you definitely have to be organized. You need to, have all your coupons organized, know when the deals are, have everything lined up. But the basic, like starting off, just trying to save a little bit of extra money, get a couple couponing deals, that kind of stuff is not, as bad.
Going back to the price or the flyer matching or price matching process, how exactly does that work? Do you have to take in the flyer of the competitor into the store with you, or how do you do that?
Yeah, so it used to be like that where you would have to have like the physical flyer. Not anymore. We use that Flip app, and you just look up the item on your phone. And then when you get to the till, you let them know you have a price match, show it to the cashier on your phone, and they'll say, okay, they'll price match it for you. Again, you got to make sure it's the same item, the right like on their list of stores that they will price match to, but that is like one of the best ways to save, and all the cashiers are trained so well on that, so it's not too like scary of a thing to do. Like you won't hold up the line. It usually takes like a couple seconds and it's done.
So that's good to know, because it used to be sort of an onerous process to do the price matching option. But knowing that you can just use the Flip app and show it on the screen, I think that makes it a lot easier for people. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. It's so much easier not having to bring in that big, huge flyer, each different one. And yeah, like price matching is just such an easy way to save, especially because lots of stores will have their attraction deals, and you'll go to that store for those attraction, like the 74 cents lettuce. If you're going to get that 74-cent lettuce, you don't want to be paying an extra $5 on all your other items and then what was the point, right? You want to be able to get all the best deals on all the items. So it's best to shop at a store that price matches. So you're saving on your lettuce, but you're saving on your pasta sauce, you're saving on your noodles, your meat, whatever you're getting, trying to save as much as possible.
I noticed that was one of the pieces of advice that you gave, was you want to use the coupons that in a way that are going to save you the most money. You don't want to be spending more money to get the savings. So maybe buying products that you wouldn't necessarily buy under normal circumstances. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's okay with couponing. You definitely, and like saving money with what we do, you definitely want to have an open mind to try new things, I would say, because a lot of the time coupons are for new items or promotional items kind of thing that are new to the market, I guess you could say. So you need to be open to trying new things, but I would also say, like, if you're not going to use it and there's no chance, don't buy it. Even if it's, cheap, if you're just buying it because it's cheap and you're not going to use it, there's no point. So definitely keep that in mind, and don't pay more for an item just because you're getting points back, unless those points equal out to make it way less or less than the regular good price, sale price of that item. Don't just buy it to get points. I think that's something that people will do sometimes, and definitely don't do that.
That's a good point, because you really need to pay attention to the number of points that are being offered for the price that you're going to be paying, and do the calculation as to whether that's actually going to be worth it.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like if you want to get started in couponing, it's really could be just a weekly process. Look at your apps, look to see what deals are there, and look to see if you can price match anything. And so it doesn't sound like it's a whole lot of extra work. Would you say that?
Definitely not. Like I said, just doing the basic things to be able to save every week on your groceries when you go shopping, it's not bad. Like you look up the Flip app, you see if there's any coupons or any points offers you can stack together or cash back, and that's it. Like it's not a huge, crazy, time consuming process as much as like extreme couponing can be.
And that's good to know, because that should be an encouragement to those who have never done it before, that it is not as complicated or as much work as it used to be. So that's really good advice. Now, are there certain times of year or seasons that certain coupons get released for certain products?
I would say over the years, you'll often see similar products have a coupon around the same time, like, and Black Fridays, Boxing Days, major Prime Days. Those kind of days are definitely always going to have more incentives. I love Black Friday myself, and like Prime Days and stuff like that. I love hunting for those deals, but I don't know that there's necessarily like, always certain things other than that at certain times.
We always give the advice that if you're looking to save some money, that you should be shopping for products out of season. So for clothing, as an example, you'll shop for your summer clothes more maybe in the fall months when they're going on sale, so that you're preparing for the following year. Is there anything like that when it comes to the couponing? Should we be watching for sort of out of season deals?
Absolutely. I just posted about this yesterday. All the summer stuff is on clearance right now. So I've been like really going at it, saying like, go check your stores, see what you can find. Like, I found a basketball net for like $15. Like, there's so many deals right now. And so if you can buy stuff in advance, season ahead, absolutely do that, because there is such an opportunity to save.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it that there's a lot of good deals to be found, and I think it is training ourselves to look for them. Have your eyes open when you're in the store to look for those actual paper coupons, and sort of be more engaged in using the digital resources that are available to us. So we only have a minute left here, Nichole. Do you have any final advice for our viewers if they're thinking about using some coupons?
I would say couponing isn't just about looking for that specific coupon, but just trying to save money on anything you can. So if you can find something that's 50% off reduced, if you can find a clearance item, if you can save $1 with a coupon, it all adds up. And couponing isn't as scary, maybe, as it seems. And we'll help you, don't worry.
Definitely. And if people want to connect with you on social media, what are your sites?
I'm Coupon Cutie Canada on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, pretty much everywhere.
Well, Nichole, thank you so much for being here and sharing your advice on this really unique topic. And I also want to thank our viewers for watching. Until next time, I'm Shannon Jackson.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance,